9:30 my life. You know me, my dog, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Got it. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go,
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, check right 34. Mike 34. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold flushed out right. That's complete to John Ross. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Washington's got it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one, and another first down. On 1st and goal, Washington. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. DeAndre Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Go, go, go. Watch twitch.
Here's Bell. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now. As he... And look at this, it's a fake. Turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
53.
Now on 1st down, it's Washington again. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
53, Mike 53. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Now Darnold. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across mid-position. It just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 13-yard line.
Smooth. Yes.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
35.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
On first, here's Washington. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack on 1st down, Darnold. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Washington on 3rd and short. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. They'll drop to throw.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They'll set up a throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. And this is caught at the 20. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. X3. 218. Get it.
2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On 1st down, it's Washington. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the swing.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Darnold, complete to Washington. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Faking the give, Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. To the air again, Darnold. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Let's go. 53's the mark. 53.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. A desperation heat for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Washington now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's able to find Diggs. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bears' 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Red 80, get in there, man. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Hey, I'm coming.
Darnold now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Bell. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
Let's go, Mike. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, D.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Washington. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. That one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They run with Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Darnold completes it. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Darnold. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Washington. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. A play fake, and it's Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Washington. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Darnold from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Daniels looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
3 down.
Right back to Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to throw. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On first down, it's Washington. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Bears' 14-yard line.
You're inside. 53. Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
53.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Running it, Washington. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. Now Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.